Fojojos, man. Never been a group of guys, a time, a place like it. In the studio, on the road, the raw energy, the creativity, that just, Jojo just drove it all, you know? Even on our downtime. Like that time in Florida at the IHOP with the train conductor, the guy who wore the 3 shirts all the time at the same time, and Jojo made us take him down to the... Oh man, I never laughed so hard in my life. So when Jojo called me, he said, we're getting the band back together for this gig. I said, yeah, of course. No question. How could I not? Man. Fojojos. Fojojos forever. Fojojos for life.
The Fojojos? I remember the Fojojos. That was the apex, the culmination of years of creative energy, drive, talent. Those guys were the best. And Jojo, God, he was the steel metronome. He kept us going, he kept us focused. He made us rock. But it wasn't just the rock. It was the camaraderie that I missed, that I still miss to this day, with searing passion. There's this one time, after an epic gig, where they're cheering our names, Fojojos, encore after encore. We all went to the after party, and KERRY passed out on the couch. And Jojo drew a cat face on him. KERRY woke up the next day, he loved it. He refused to wash his face for 5 shows until it just got to be too much. That's how he got the name Kit Kat KERRY. So now when Jojo called and said, it's time. I said, bunk this day job, it's time to rock for Fojojos!
Man, the Fojojos, I don't even know where to start. We had some crazy times. That Joseph, like, he was at the front center of every single one of them. You'd never know what to look at him. You know, I remember this one time when he gave us these jelly beans. Man, we just sat up all night writing songs. It was nuts. And gosh, don't get me started on the groupies, man. I am not gonna kiss and tell, but let me just tell you this, I'll never look at a pair of drumsticks the same way. Crazy, crazy times. And then they say, you know, let's get together and do this as a one-off for KERRY's party. You know, I've always just been in it for the chicks, and I'm like, hey, it sounds like a good time, let's party, man. Let's do it.
I remember them well. Those wild, wild parties, crazy gigs, long nights, just, I can't even begin to describe. Life just hasn't been the same since the Fojojos. Every time I try to play a chord, it just, all I can think about is my time with the Fojojos, and I don't think the magic will ever come back until we're on the stage again together. You know, since the breakup, I've tried to join a lot of different bands. The Fojjerries, the Fojasons, the Fojimmies. But honestly, nothing will compare to those old days. You know what they say, the old band motto. You can't spell Fojojo without Jojo. Thank you, Jojo.